Hi guys, what's up? My name is Sean Wayne and today, alikat pag-usapan natin itong kwento at issue ni Alice Guo at ano ang pinagkaiba at pinagkapareho nila ni Raffy Tulfo. Okay guys, panoorin nga natin itong ano na to, tapos dito tayo magsimula sa ating discussion.
The Commission on Elections says embattled Bamban Tarlac Mayor Alice Guo may be charged with perjury if she is proven to have misrepresented herself as a Filipino citizen when she filed her candidacy. COMELEC Chairman George Garcia says there was a possibility that some candidates in the 2022 elections, including Guo, had submitted fake documents, particularly about her Filipino citizenship, that allowed her to run as mayor of the municipality.
Okay, so dito, admittedly, sinabi na ng COMELEC na there's a possibility na merong mga naging candidate last election, no, 2022 election, na nag-misrepresent talaga. Lalo-lalo na pagdating sa kanilang citizenship. So dito sa part na to, nagkapareho si Raffy Tulfo at saka si Alice Guo.
Kung mapapatunayan na hindi naman pala talaga siya Filipino citizen, ay siya po ay pwedeng maging liable o makasuhan ng perjury.
The COMELEC only requires aspiring candidates to submit a certificate of candidacy.
Now, ang tanong natin, sino magpa-file ng kaso laban dito kay Alice Guo?
In which they declare they are Filipino citizens. Candidates in local positions in the country may be natural-born Filipinos or foreign nationals who become naturalized Filipino citizens. According to Garcia, the COMELEC presumes that all information put by the candidates in their certificate of candidacy are correct.
Ipipresume ng COMELEC, sabi ng batas, na yung deklarasyon mo lahat ay tama until may mag-file ng disqualification o cancellation ng iyong candidacy na isang registered voter. Ang COMELEC po ay ministerial ang duty namin. Ano po ibig sabihin? Wala po kaming karapatan na tumanggi sa pinafile na certificates of candidacy. Basta po kompleto ang lahat ng items doon, walang blanco, tatanggapin po namin yan. Kahit pa nga maaaring mali ang deklarasyon o nagsisinungaling, maliban na lang kung later on may magpapile po ng disqualification.
Don't you think it's high time for us, no, lalo-lalo na pagdating sa COMELEC, 'di ba? Na maglagay na kayo ng mga requisite documents like halimbawa birth certificate, marriage certificate dun sa mga married candidate, tawag dito, ang kanilang mga mga diploma, 'di ba? Kahit hindi na TOR diploma na lang no? Sabagay kasi, bakit nga hindi natin hinihingi yan? Kasi hindi naman nire-require yan ng Constitution para sa isang kandidato. But I think when it comes kasi sa mga requirements ng Constitution itself, no, when it comes to citizenship, dapat hinihingi o humihingi ng kopya ang COMELEC ng birth certificate. Maliban dyan, ipinagbabawal din po na kayo ay isang dual citizen or dual allegiance pag kayo po ay tumakbo ng elective post, di ba? Para kayo ay maging public official. So, dapat kung ano yung requisite ng tawag dito, ng Constitution pagdating sa mga kandidato, ginagawa rin yun Minimirror po yun dapat ng COMELEC sana. Hindi yung kahit sino lang pwedeng tumakbo. Gaya na nangyari nito. Can you just imagine the waste of money and time just to investigate all this shit? Diba? Imagine mo, you have to file cases, you have to file a complaint only because of citizenship. Diyan pa lang, I'm very sure this is not the first time na nangyari to. Actually, marami na po kaming nababasa. Ako personally, marami ako nababasa mga kaso na may kinalaman po sa citizenship na isang kandidato. Dapat doon pa lang, naiisip na ng COMELEC at saka ng legislature natin na magkaroon ng amendments pagdating sa ganyang bagay. Na maging requirements na kung ano ang nire-require ng Constitution. Diba? Like yung residency. Ilang taon ka dapat residente kung ikaw ay tatakbo ng mga ganitong posisyon? Citizenship mo, kailangan citizen ka ng Pilipinas at by the time na ikaw ay maproklama, dapat nga by the time na mag-file ka ng COC. 'Di ba?
Based on their verification, Garcia confirms that no one from Bamban had filed a disqualification nor opposed Guo's application for candidacy, which she filed in April 2021, more than a year before the May 9, 2022 national and local elections. The COMELEC stresses that its jurisdiction over a local candidate would be effective only from the filing of the certificate of candidacy up to their proclamation. On May 7, Senator Risa Ontiveros questioned Guo's identity, saying the mayor had no official records to prove she was a Filipino and went as far as to ask whether she was a Chinese citizen. The senator later raised the possibility that Guo might be a Chinese asset trained to infiltrate and influence the Philippine government, as they found no hospital birth record or school records for her.
Okay. I found this article coming from Verifiles, no? Sabi nga dito, the COMELEC made Alice Guo incredible. Bakit nila sinabi yon? There are parts of what they said na, okay, mag-agree ako partly, pero of course, I will stand kung ano man yung nakalagay sa Omnibus Election Code. Okay? Kahit hindi na yung sinasabi ni COMELEC Chair Garcia, but definitely, kulang na lang yata i-recite niya kung ano laman ng BP 881. Now, it says here that the multitude of us who are not lawyers, COMELEC Chair Garcia's statement was incredulous. The COMELEC only has a ministerial duty to accept a certificate of candidacy. In other words, COMELEC has no power to disqualify a candidate upon filing of candidacy. Actually, meron naman. Meron motu proprio power ang COMELEC. Okay? So, kung titingnan nga natin here, ano nga ba yung mga, ano yung na-cover na motu proprio powers nila? It says here that COMELEC can exercise this power through nuisance candidates. The COMELEC can remove nuisance candidate from the official and final list of presidential and vice presidential candidates, investigate election law violations. The COMELEC investigate and prosecute election law violations without waiting for formal complaint. Which is, kung maalala nyo, there was also a content ni Attorney Claire before na mismo ang COMELEC ang naglilinis at nag-aayos at maraming ang kinasuhan doon ng mga barangay officials. I remember not in a verbatim, pero parang kinoment yata doon ni Attorney Claire na sana hindi lang doon sa mga maliliit na politiko like yung mga barangay officials. No? Sana magawa rin yan from the president down. 'Di ba? At hindi lang pinipili yung mga barangay officials. Pero kasi at the time naman na naging COMELEC chair si Garcia, yun na yung naging unang election na na-handle niya. So, we're hoping that 2025, 'di ba? Sa 2025 election. So, we'll see from there, 'di ba? Then, the COMELEC has investigated and prosecute yun without a formal complaint, cancellation of political party registration, upon verified complaint in motu proprio. The COMELEC can cancel the registration of political parties, coalition organization under the party list system. So, one of the most prominent case dito is yung sa Ladlad. No? Meron naging case between Ladlad versus COMELEC na kinancel na yung registration ng political party ng Ladlad. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, hindi totoo na ministerial duty lang ang meron ang COMELEC. Meron din sila, of course, discretionary if meron silang motu proprio. Ibig sabihin, pwede silang mag-decide whether or not itong kandidato na to, upon, kung i-scrutinize nila yung pero paano nga naman kasi mas-scrutinize, presumption nga na lahat ng nakalagay dyan, totoo. 'Di ba? Ngayon, sino magkakaso dito kay Guo ng perjury? Ang COMELEC? 'Di ba? Balik tayo dito sa article ni Verifiles. Let us parse Garcia's statement in summary. These are what he says. First, he said no one filed a disqualification case against the suspected Red Chinese woman Alice Guo when she filed her candidacy in May 2022 election as mayoral candidate of Banban. Now, second, Garcia said the COMELEC's role in the filing of COC is just if the questions stated in the form have been accomplished and sworn to. And that is all he claims. Pagkatapos nun, yun na, sapat na sa amin. Alam nyo, eto guys, no, marami na tayong mga nagiging kaso, sa totoo lang. Marami na ako nababasang kaso na ang isa sa mga issue is about citizenship. Okay? That includes dual allegiance, dual citizenship. Hindi po yan inaalaw sa batas natin. And dahil marami na nga pong mga nagiging ganitong kaso, bakit hindi pa po sila nagkakaroon ng mga amendments dyan sa Omnibus Election Code natin, one of which yung budget ng mga kandidato per voter, and then yung mga requirements. Sana ini-impose po nila, no, ang mga requirements din ng Constitution, one of which is, kailangan mo i-prove yung citizenship mo. Kasi, isa sa requirements under the Constitution is kailangan Filipino citizen ka. Oh. Bakit as simple as that hindi mo magawa? Bakit as simple as that hindi tayo makapag-demand sa ating mga candidates? Ang nakakatawa nga, no? I was talking to another friend the other day. Imagine niyo, napakaliit lang ng requirements na hinihingi ng Constitution sa mga kandidato natin. Pero yung mga government employees, kailangan meron master's degree para lang ma-promote one position higher. Diba? Don't you think that is very unfair? Kaya tuloy nakakuha tayo ng mga pulpul na, gaya nga ng sinabi ko, binabanatan natin si Raffy Tulfo undergrad, pero nakatungtong ng college. And yet, ito si Revilla, ni hindi man lang nakatungtong ng college. 'Di ba? High school graduate lang siya. Pero meron siyang doctorate, no? It's just an honorarium degree na binigay sa kanya ng Cavite State University. And yet at the end of the day, saka pa rin high school graduate. Imagine yung quality ng mga senador na sinasalpak natin dyan sa loob ng Senado. Diba? Lalayo pa ba tayo? Si Lito Lapid. Ano ba tinapos ni Lito Lapid? Speaking of Lito Lapid. Oh, Lito Lapid, high school graduate din. Lapid was born in Porac, Pampanga in 1955. He's the fifth child out of the ninth of whoever. He completed his elementary education in Porac Central School in 1968 and secondary education at St. Catherine's Academy in Porac 1972. He did not enroll for tertiary education as he pursued acting. Imagine niyo, nilalait-lait natin si Raffy Tulfo, knowing that maliban kay Raffy Tulfo, meron pa pala siyang mga kasama dyan sa Senado na hindi man lang nakatungtong ng kolehiyo. Nakakatawa. Anyhow, asa na tayo? Third, Garcia's jurisdiction only covers the period of filing of the candidacy up to the proclamation of winner. Fourth, Garcia said only a court can handle a petition or case against any proclaimed candidate. The petition in the case of local government. Garcia said that it can be filed in any regional trial court. Okay? Kasi pagdating halimbawa sa posisyon ni Raffy Tulfo in the case of misrepresentation, okay, number 1, sabi nila of citizenship. Number 2, na claim di umano ni Raffy Tulfo ng kanyang asawa si Jocelyn Pua Tulfo. Okay? Pagdating kasi sa senador, no, pagpasok na ng HRE ng House of Representatives or ng Congress, meron po sila sarili nilang tribunal. Yun po ang nag-handle ng mga cases na yon. Ang tanong, Dahil meron lang din specific na number of days na pwede ka mag-file ng iyong petition against sa isang proclaimed winner. Pagdating ba sa mga local officials, ganun din? May certain number of days din na pwede kang mag-file? 'Di ba? Kasi gaya ng kay Raffy Tulfo, nanalo siya because of prescriptive period. Okay? Paano nangyaring ganon? Una, lumabas yung decision ng COMELEC months after manalo ni Raffy Tulfo. Samantalang ang inaalaw lang ng SET is 10 days upon proclamation. Oh. Ngayon, as far as, my knowledge is concerned, merong co-warranto case si Raffy Tulfo because of citizenship. But when it comes kasi to citizenship, you can file the co-warranto anytime. Kaya yun yung na-file laban kay Raffy Tulfo because of citizenship issue. Imagine niyo, as simple as that, birth certificate lang hindi pa mahingi ng COMELEC. As simple as that. Isa sa pinakamabigat na ka-requirement yun ng Constitution, hindi ng COMELEC, but ng Constitution. Supposedly, ikaw ay isang Filipino citizen by the time. Dapat by the time sana. Kasi yung iba, by the time na ikaw ay maproklama, dapat ikaw ay Filipino citizen. Pero dapat yon by the time na ikaw ay mag-file ng COC mo, dapat Filipino citizen ka na. 'Di ba? Sabi din nila by ministerial, Garcia means clerical and the act of checking of COC is simply a routine, nothing more. He means that the procedure is merely regular and no other special objective. Garcia is promoting anarchy in our election system. Actually, again, wala kasing hinihingi, no, ang COMELEC as a requirement ng birth certificate. And they should start doing that. Gaya nga na sinabi ko, paulit-ulit na. Marami pong mga nagiging kaso. Ang issue ay citizenship. Diba? If his ministerial hypothesis is to be followed, any Tommy, Dick, and Harry can run for any position no matter their posits and qualifications. Because it is a fact that there are qualifications prescribed by the constitutions and the law, particularly on the local government unit. Sana kung, again, sinabi ko na to earlier, sana kung ano ang nakalagay na requirements ng constitution maliban dun sa basic para lang mapatunayan na itong taong to ay fit o pasok dun sa qualifications such as you should be a Filipino citizen. So, dapat birth certificate pa lang, makikita mo na yun. Imagine mo yung power ng birth certificate. Makikita kung ilang taon ka. Meron pong age requirement ang mga kandidato. No? So, depende kung ano yung tatakbuhan mong I remember there's this one case na nabasa ko. Ang issue niya doon is yung age nung nanalo kandidato. Imagine niyo pati yung age. Kung hindi ka pasok sa requirements as per age, pwede ka rin ma-disqualify. Pwede ka rin sipain. How much more yung nationality mo? So again, if we're going back to answer the question, ano ba ang pinagkaiba ni Raffy Tulfo at saka ni Alice Guo in terms of sitwasyon? One, sino ba ang pwedeng mag-handle ng mga complaints laban sa kanila? Yung kay Alice, RTC. Si Raffy Tulfo, SET. Anong pinagkapareho nilang issue? Citizenship, misrepresentation. Diba? Diyan pa lang sabi nga ni COMELEC, merong perjury na nangyari. At inamin din ni COMELEC na meron mga ganyan na nakakalusot sa kanila. So, ibig sabihin, sa susunod sanang eleksyon, no, ayusin nyo na. Hanggang ngayon nga, hindi ako matunawan paano nyo hinayaan, lalong-lalo na, no, na itong si Erwin Tulfo, hindi nga na-confirm ng Commission on Appointment, pero nakalusot sa inyo as a nominee. 'Di ba? Dapat din, 'di ba, ang mga nominee nyo is may qualification. 2 counts of libel si Erwin Tulfo, and yet naging nominee ng party list nila. Pagdating kasi guys sa party list, ang COMELEC ang may handle niyan eh. Dito makikita mo yung kapalpakan. Yun lang naman yung kailangan natin ma-establish eh. May kapalpakan ba ang COMELEC pagdating sa pag-handle nila ng mga COC? Obviously meron. 'Di ba? Obviously meron. Yun yung nakita nating sitwasyon between Raffy Tulfo at saka kay Alice Guo. 'Di ba? Anyway guys, again, maraming salamat sa panonood. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, at i-comment nyo na rin kung ano yung thoughts nyo about dito. Nag-agree din ba kayo sa akin na dapat magkaroon na tayo ng mga amendments sa ating Omnibus Election Code na i-include na dyan as a requirement, hindi lang COC ang pinapasa, pero maglagay na sila ng requirement, especially ang birth certificate.